My heart raced as I hurried down the corridor, glancing at my watch. First day back from spring break, and I was almost 2 minutes late for coding club, but I had a really good reason. I burst through the door, and over the tops of the computers, all heads turned toward me. Only one way to handle a mildly embarrassing moment like this. Doubling over, I clutched my sides. "Water!" I wheezed. "Water!" Everyone started giggling. From the third row, I saw my coding club besties, Lucy Morrison, Sophia Torres, Maya Chung, and Layla Devi, laughing with the rest of the class. At the front of the room, Mrs. Clark smiled at me. "Everything okay, Erin?" I straightened, fanning my face with my hand. "Yes! Sorry I'm late, but I have an announcement." Mrs. Clark crossed her arms and leaned against her desk. "Funny, I have a few announcements myself, but why don't you go first?" "Why, thank you," I said, with an exaggerated bow that got more snickers from the class. Then I pulled a folded-up flyer from my jeans pocket. "I just saw Ms. Davies printing these." I held the flyer out for everyone to read the 3 words at the top in a giant font. "All the talents." "The talent show, yeah," said Bradley Steinberg. "Everyone already knows that's next Friday. I'm doing a stand-up act." I wiggled the flyer. "But this year, the film club is working with the theater club to do a different format. Everyone who wants to enter will make a video, and the talents can be anything like animation or robot building." I grinned at Layla, and her wide blue eyes lit up. Layla was super into robotics. Then I pointed at Maya, our school's resident fashion expert. Her short black hair was swooped over to the right and pinned down with like a dozen star-shaped barrettes that matched the pattern on her purple leggings. "Or clothes you designed. It could be anything. And then everyone can watch the videos and vote." "Which was actually going to be my first announcement," Mrs. Clark said, smiling as she gestured for me to sit down. I hurried over to the empty seat between Maya and Lucy as Mrs. Clark continued. "So, it's true. This year's talent show is going to have a new format. Like Erin said, anyone who wants to enter can make a video, then upload it to our school's video platform. Then they can share them through a web app that all students will have access to. After everyone votes, the top 3 finalists will perform at an assembly a week from this coming Friday." To my right, Lucy sat up straighter, one of her long, thick braids falling over her shoulder. "A web app?" "That's right," Mrs. Clark said, eyes twinkling behind her glasses. "The film club will be compiling the videos, and our school already has the video platform. But the web app doesn't exist. Yet." She raised her eyebrows meaningfully, and murmurs broke out. "Do we get to design it?" Sophia asked eagerly. She'd turned away from her computer to stretch out her super long legs, and I noticed her track shoes were extra muddy. Sophia lived with her parents, 3 sisters, and her grandmother, who'd moved here from Puerto Rico to help out, so she didn't usually have money for extras. Mrs. Clark nodded. "It's a pretty big project with some tight deadlines, but I think you're all up for the challenge." "Awesome," Lucy said fervently. Maya and I exchanged a grin because Lucy looked like she'd just won the lottery. We all loved coding, but Lucy couldn't get enough of it. Her mother was a computer scientist, one of the first African-American women at her company, and the apple hadn't fallen far from the tree. And honestly, I was just as excited as Lucy about this project. I was definitely entering the talent show. Performing was 100% my thing. Or maybe 90% because I had coding club and film club. One of the drawbacks of my interests, though, was that theater didn't fit into my schedule. I still missed being on stage. Besides, even more fun projects to work on were exactly what I needed. Anything to keep me from thinking about the thing I wasn't supposed to think about.